We're about to pass under the Great Kearney Arch out here in Kearney, Nebraska. Fort Kearney was founded in 1848. It was an outpost on the Great Platte River Trail. Important outpost back in the day as the country was growing. And apparently they had a lot of arches back then. So they built this thing to commemorate all the arches. Yep, kind of ridiculous. I've never been inside of it. Apparently it's kind of cool inside, but... Well, we ventured south for a bit, heading down towards Sterling to visit our ancestral lands. Just taking a drive to the countryside, visiting a friend or two along the way. Pretty nostalgic, I would have to say. Alright, we're about to head past the ancestral home of the young Hopper Becker. We're not going to swing in. We don't want to disturb the peace of the residents, but we're going to take a look and see how things have changed over the years. Now, wasn't that beautiful? We're gonna stop down here on this Camelback Bridge and take a look real quick. Quick little look-see. We owned all that up in there, all that land. We'd come out here. Lots of fun was had. And I do believe is that Bob Sugden over there plowing Rusty's land. So obviously, this road doesn't go through anymore. Since we were kids, it seems as if Deer Creek has cut into the side of the road and they've closed the road. Used to go through. Used to come out here in our rear wheel drive pickups and get stuck. It was fun times. Drive through the booming metropolis that is Sterling, Nebraska. What a wonderful place. It's great. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that little tour. I know it wasn't terribly exciting footage, but this area is culturally and historically significant to the development of young Hopper as I journeyed through life, learning many lessons and how to work hard. It all happened out here. So hope you enjoyed a bit of a tour. Hey look, there's Daniel. He's one of the boys. Why? Because I can? Because I'm an American. That's my mom. This is my mom here. And she's the grandma of the grandkids. She's running the festivity preparation because we have Thanksgiving dinner this afternoon.
Yeah. Well, what do you like to do?
Welcome to a special edition of Doing Stuff with Bompio. We will now journey into the kitchen and see what we have going on.
Hey, that's copyrighted. You can't use doing stuff because that's my thing. I'm making roux. I'm making a roux. It's a really gummy roux. Too much flour to make turkey gravy.
There's Mother and there's Grandma. Does he know what he is doing?
Not at all.
At least it looks like it.
Oh, good. Thank you for putting that in the oven to keep it warm. Yep.
Over here we have Megan, the professional pot washer. Actually, not washing pots. Potatoes. Careful. Careful.
Oh my God.
Very, very careful.
OMG.
Careful.
Here we
Cannot
go.
stress how to be careful.
Oh boy. Oh, mess. So beautiful.
That must be the gravy.
Yes, sir. We got the roux made. Now we're adding the drippings.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I now hear one of my children is screaming. I must pass the camera off to another individual. Until next time.
Alright, now we make sure this is high. We're gonna move to the other burner with more heat.
You want to go find him?
What we'll do is once this starts thickening, hopefully I have the proportion with the roux and the drippings are just right. Gotta add some milk or some cream to it. Give it a little creamy flavor. Creamy flavor. The roux.
And that is how it's done.
Oh, we pick for the adult gift exchange. What number did I get? Ooh!
We gotta take one numbers. Okay.
Oh, yeah!
This thing's huge!
So I got a big like 16-foot, or I don't know, how big is that?
Probably like 16-footer.
Yeah, 16-foot black snake whip. This is my sister Lizzie, by the way.
Sick, brah.
Yeah. Lizzie had a shorter black snake, and she could make that thing crack like a gunshot. It was super loud. So I gotta work on making this crack like a gunshot and possibly take an ear off in the midst of it. Well, here we are over out in Louisville, Nebraska, and our grandma rented us a very large cabin for the night just to kind of hang out. The YMCA Camp Kentucky outside of Louisville. Feel like we got a front of some kind moving through. It's chilly, it's pretty windy. It's kind of nice to be amongst hardwoods again. I like hardwoods, bur oak, ash, maples, stuff like that, as opposed to endless pine and aspen. Whoa, and here we are.
Hi, Bloggy.
Look who's there. Wow, this is a big place.
Hi.
It's great. Wow, hello. Hello. All right, let me through. I got groceries.
No.
I got groceries. Look at this really cool fireplace. We're gonna light a fire out here. I'm pretty excited. Great success.
That's pretty neat to have glass almost.
Look, my dad's the original vlogger. Back in the day, the only way you could capture memories or events was with photography. And he's been doing it like 50 years. The woods in the Midwest, you can't sneak through them. It's too loud when you walk. Apparently, we're in the middle of nowhere. Strange Midwestern habits. One cool thing about the Midwest is all the hardwoods, not just hardwoods like oak, but the fancy hardwoods. You get some pretty cool growths. A feature called burls. These gnarly little protrusions. You can cut these off and stabilize them with a product called cactus juice in a vacuum chamber. And then you cut them open from there. And they're really beautiful. The patterns inside and the stabilization of the cactus juice hardens them up, and they're really really beautiful. You get some nice bird's eye, some different patterns out of your hardwoods that way. The Midwest is so full of life and food. Look, walnuts, deer poop, and deer poop. You can do so much with walnut hulls, not only the walnut meat inside, but walnut hulls, you peel these off. They're high in tannin. You can use them to dye clothing dark brown or to tan animal hides. Same thing with oak leaves, very high in tannin. You can steep oak leaves for a while, make a really concentrated tea, and you can tan hides with that. Now, if I was a deer hunter, I could set up out here. You got water here, you got forage up in there, you got things to eat, walnuts, stuff like that. And then you got these little trails. You can tell they're deer trails. You can tell they're deer trails because of the way they are. Ha! Now, look, there's a little hoof print right there.
Yeah?
And you could set up a little ways off and wait for deer coming to get their morning or their evening drink, and then you have some meat.
The tallest tree in the
We got some big old cottonwoods.
Big Daddy.
It's so big I can't get my arm all the way around it.
What are you doing?
I'm a tree hugger. So back when I was a kid on the farm, we used to cut down big old logs like this, big old trees, and we had to use big saws like a 044 Magnum with a big old bar on it to get around. And man, let me tell you what, when they fell on the ground after you felled it, it was quite the boom. Huh, look, my dad's vlogging. It's not vlogging because it's not a video blog. He's still blogging. It's old school. You wouldn't understand.
I'm done whenever you are.
So here we are eating dinner. Got a nice roaring fire going. It's warm in here. I'll show you the place. Come on and check it out. Got big bathrooms, lots of space for showering. And we got the whole place to ourselves. And then outside, we have, of course, the Traeger. Most excellent, most excellent. Well, we're heading home. Back to Colorado, heading westbound on I-80. It was a great trip. We had a lot of fun. Sunrise is beautiful here. Girls, did you have fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you excited to go back though?
Yeah.
No?
We're coloring. We're trying to coloring books.
That's good. You excited to go back?
Yes.
Yep. I'm excited to go back to normal, back to my bed, but I'm not excited about the next 8 hours of driving. Well, there goes Daniel. That's the end of our Thanksgiving week in Nebraska. We're just heading back up to Grand County, almost to our exit for Berthoud Pass. It was a great trip. Had a lot of fun visiting my family. If you guys would have, if I would have had a YouTube channel several years ago, it would be way more exciting this episode because I'd be on the farm. Way more fun stuff to do on the farm, but when you get older, you get a little slower, you retire, you move into town, you live the simple life, you know, just sit in the recliner sometimes, hang out with the grandkids, play with the kids. It's not as busy as it used to be. So thanks for watching this episode. This episode had a lot of nostalgic significance to myself and other family members. Those of you who are other followers might not think it's that crazy exciting. I promise you I'll get back to the normal routine of projects and other things, but for now it's a Becker family Thanksgiving extravaganza. Anyway, on that note, I will see you
Mama,
around like a donut.